guard your mind, right? Guard your mind, or guarding our minds. Negativity, the pendulum that swings between positivity and negativity. And I'll submit to you that you'll never be able to avoid negativity, right? But if you can keep your mind swinging more towards the positive side, this is at least what I tell myself, than the negative side, then you'll do better. And when it comes to the things that influence us, like television, the news, right, the radio, and I know people that, they tune in nightly. They have to tune in. Grandma loves the news, and grandma can't figure out why her grandson, me, why I don't watch the news. Now, world happenings and things, I tend to find out about them. I will. You'll find out. They'll be all over your social media. Someone will call you up. But I learned a long time ago that you can't tune into the news. Because think about the news. The news, when's the last time you tuned in for 60 minutes and all you heard on the news was positivity? See, the news business doesn't work that way. See, the news works on the 3 C's: change, crisis, and controversy, right? And if it doesn't have change, crisis, or controversy in it, right, they know that they're not going to sell. Their ratings aren't going to go up, right? So that's how the news works. Well, one day they'll be telling you why antibacterial soap, why you must have it, and how your hands are going to be filled with germs just from walking around. Then the next day, they said studies have shown why antibacterial actually attracts more bacteria. And it just takes you on a roller coaster of emotion. You don't know what to believe. And so, folks like grandma that they tune into the news because, their generation, depended on the news. And now, we live in a different time where if you want that dose of it, you can go get it in your own terms. You can figure out what's going on in the global world, right? But having that inundating your mind every day, that's what I guard against, right? The negativity. And I want to share a story with you, and it was about a man who he lived close to the side of the road, right? And he would sell hot dogs. This man had the best hot dogs in town. And he knew it. He was confident about his hot dogs. He didn't live too far from the highway, so he cooked the hot dogs. He'd bring them out to the highway, right? And he would sell these hot dogs on the side of the road. But one thing about this guy is that he was hard of hearing, so he had no radio. He didn't listen to the radio because he couldn't hear it, right? He was also hard of seeing, so he didn't read the newspaper. He definitely didn't watch television, right? Because he couldn't see it, he couldn't hear it. But he could sell and make these hot dogs. And they were good. He had customers, people frequented him, and every day he would get out on the side of the road. He'd make these signs, these advertisements. He said, buy a hot dog. They are the best in town. And people would pull over, they would buy his hot dogs. Business was booming every day, same thing. He'd get out with that sign and he'd cry, best hot dogs in town. And people would pull over and they would eat these hot dogs and they would love it. And soon his business was increasing. He had to put in a bigger bun and meat order, right? He doubled his order capacity. He bought a bigger stove to take care of all the extra business. And he decided to hire his son, who was back from college, This guy was a little bit poor, so he didn't have an education, but he was able to send his son to college. So college son comes back, right, and says, Dad, have you been watching the news? Have you been listening to the radio? Have you been reading the newspaper? Father, business is bad right now. Do you not know that we are in a recession? Right now, the climate in this country, the business climate and industry is horrible. We have problems with unemployment. We have high living costs, Father. We've got strikes. We've got pollution in the air. We've got unrest amongst people, the rich versus the poor and black and white. We've got drug problems and alcohol problems in the city. We've got opposers of capitalism, and things are just bad right now, Father. And this is what the son began preaching to the father. And the father, not knowing any better, having a lot of trust in his son, who's the educated one that he sent off to the fancy school, and now he's more informed, and he comes back to the father giving him this doom and gloom of how the world is and the recession and all that is going bad. And so the father decided to cut his bun and meat production. He decided to call back the company and tell them not to double the order, the next order that came in. He stopped cooking more hot dogs. He stopped doing his advertisement signs and getting out on the side of the road and yelling best hot dogs in town. Everything he did prior to his son coming on board, he stopped doing it, or he pulled back from it. And almost overnight, his sales fell. And he went to his son and he said, "You were right, son. You were right. We certainly are in the middle of a recession." And the son said, "I told you so. I told you, Dad. Glad I saved you." But what the father had not realized is it was his actions, because of the negative influences, that stopped him from doing what was working all along. And I've said it. Remember during inauguration, during elections, I said, you are the president of your own life. You're the captain of your own ship. And so many of us allow these macroeconomics. Now, during 2008, I'll be the first to admit that I allowed that recession talk to even get to me, right? You be out at Starbucks talking to people, "Oh, this is a tough recession." And the real estate agents will come in and, "Oh, the market's just horrible." Then the mortgage guys will come in, "Oh gosh, life is just bad." And then, it allowed us as a people, everybody, if you talk about the mortgage meltdown and the crisis of 2008 and the bailouts. And it was a horrible time for a lot of people. And even I allowed that to get to me as an entrepreneur. At that point, I'd been an entrepreneur for 9 years in 2008. I started in 99, 2000. And until I caught my own senses and said, "Jermaine, wake up. What got you here was not tuning into the news, tuning into the radio and the news. What got you here, right, was putting your head down, coming up with your plan, and making it happen." I have to remind myself of the good news. Jermaine, you built a business during 9/11. Do you remember that? See, I didn't remember that because I was just a kid at 18 years old coming into the dorm room. It was 9/11. It was 7 days after 9/11. And here in Play, my first business had just begun 2 months prior to that. But I wasn't thinking, like an adult then. And so I just had these dreams and aspirations. And so I didn't realize we were under traumatic experience then. But despite that, the business still began to grow. And so when the recession happened, I was a little older, more tuned into newspapers in the industry and thinking that I'm being smart. Hey, Brendan, what's going on? How y'all doing? Y'all back from school? Well,
Griggs family.
Griggs family, everybody. I'm talking about negativity. I'm talking about people that could be negative, and when you're trying to be positive, and sometimes you can't watch the news, right? You know how we want to travel around the world soon?
Oh, yeah.
We want to go around the world, but guess what? As soon as you tell people you're going around the world, guess what they say? You better be careful.
Because the news said.
Because there's a lot going on around the world, right?
You'll fall off the cliff. And it said hummus, you can't eat hummus, it's bad for you.
You can't eat hummus, it's bad for you. Hummus will kill you today. Tomorrow it's the best thing in the world. So yeah, even the kids understand, and I try to teach them. Now some news is important, some things important, if there's civil unrest in a particular country and we're headed right into it, obviously you can't be foolish. But, most of that negativity is not founded, and I love Granny, but Granny, I'll tell her, I'm flying to so-and-so country. Oh, be careful in them airplanes. I just found out about one that fell out the sky. And I have to explain to Granny. I said, "Granny, you're more likely to get in a car accident than an airplane falling out of the sky. That's just fact. But sometimes the negativity allows us to get in these emotional states that don't make sense. When you sit down, you breathe a little bit, and you analyze, and you say, okay, well, I do want to travel around the world. I do want to expose my family to everything. What are the odds this is going to happen? And as my negativity and the influences and the inputs, are they unfounded? When you sit down, do the math. Okay, yeah, maybe a couple people, get caught up, and yes, absolutely, people's times come. But you going to let that keep you at home? Are you going to let that 10 out of 10 million occurrences, 10 out of 10 million. You're more likely to catch it rich in the lottery than for some of these things that we see in the news to happen, right? Okay, so good luck with that, right? So that's the message today. And just remember the story, because that's how negativity works. You doing your thing, and there's always going to be somebody that has a viewpoint like that son. Even though he was educated, he came back and he just ruined it. He was better off left alone. That poor hot dog seller, he was doing awesome. He was doing awesome cooking up his hot dogs in his own little world. He was hard of hearing, so he didn't listen to the radio. What's up, Brandon? He was hard of seeing. He didn't read the newspaper, but he didn't need to sell hot dogs the way he sold them. And then when he got kind of oriented to the outside world, that's when, things started falling apart for him, because it almost turned into what his belief was. Now that his son had introduced him to all this doom and gloom, now his belief oriented a different direction. And it goes, if you believe you can
this
or
guy
cannot.
said Fresh Prince.
Hey, Fresh Prince. Hey, if you believe you can or cannot, you're right.
I will look like Fresh Prince when I'm
Repeat
older.
that after me. If you believe you can.
Oh, that guy said, is that the little Fresh Prince?
Yeah, it is. Hey guys, y'all hijacking my video. Now look, if you believe you can or cannot, you're right. Say that, Layla. If you believe you can. Layla, if you're going to be in my video, you're going to have to participate. If you believe you can, say it. If you believe you can.
If you believe you can.
Or cannot. You're right.
You're right.
Okay, now if y'all going to be in the video, if you're going to be in the video, I need you to participate correctly. All right, now exit stage left. Exit stage left. All right, but that's the message for today, you all. Negativity, we do have to guard our minds, even myself. There's some things I'm doing right now that I'm not going to share yet, but it can be an emotional roller coaster, Oh, things are going good. Oh, no, wow, things are going bad now. Things are going, we're right on plan. Oh, now we're not on plan. And you really do have to guard your thoughts and your mind. And you have to guard your influences and who you share your visions and dreams with. Because the very people that love you, they may not have the same mindset as you. And they may be fixed in their mindsets. They may be news watchers. They may be people that they don't understand the grand vision. World travel is just an example of that. I'm going to have to sit Granny down and I'm going to have to show her the plan. She's probably watching this right now. Somebody going to share it with her. Your grandson, you know where he's going, right? And I'm going to have to explain, Granny, that we're going to be okay. Just say your prayers for us. But, we are going to this country, all 5 of us. And we're going to that country. And we're going to do this after that. And then we're going to do this. And we're going to spread our wings. And we're going to get outside of our normal comfort zone. And it's okay. It's okay that you're going to come up against opposition and different thinkers. My cousin's been to every continent except Antarctica, and she's the oldest of the grandkids. She does the same thing. You just got to tell Granny when you get back. And over time, you notice Granny starts getting a little bit more comfortable with it, right? Because she sees occurrences of nothing bad happening. And sometimes bad things do happen, and that's a whole nother story I'll tell you about some things in our early family. But yeah, that's the message today. Guard your mind. Try to stay positive, because positive things work for you, negative things work against you. And there's no room for negativity. Much of it is not founded. It's not founded. Don't listen to negative influences. Who and what you surround yourself with directly influences your attitude, your goals, your lifestyles. And it's true. Some people are like clouds, and sometimes you need those clouds to move out the way a little bit so you can have a brighter day. And that message is for all of us.